At a time when many Americans are growing concerned about the cost and availability of meat on grocery store shelves, Illinois pork producer Brian Duncan is worried about his farm surviving what he calls an economic tsunami.
The market's fallen off a cliff the last 2 weeks. Hogs on our farm, the prices dropped 50%.
As Duncan explained to VOA via Skype, he's hemorrhaging money on each hog he sends to market.
No, every hog that goes to town right now is taking about $60 or $70 of equity with it. It's the worst I've ever seen.
Contributing to the steep price drop is changing demand, both domestically and internationally, as COVID-19 restrictions shuttered many restaurants, cafeterias, and public food venues. While consumer demand for pork is up, commercial demand has plunged. Another major factor is the spread of coronavirus among workers at U.S. meat processing plants, forcing the suspension of some operations and reducing the country's overall slaughterhouse capacity.
We're not shutting down every processing plant in the United States. It's localized, so we're diverting animals from one facility to another. It's going to cause some disruptions.
And the pain may not ease anytime soon. Commodity analyst Carl Setzer doesn't foresee a dramatic rebound in hog prices, even when processors that closed or suspended operations eventually ramp back up.
We're going to see some weaker values as we move forward, simply because packers aren't going to be in a hurry to go out and get animals that they can't process in a timely manner and that they can't get through their chutes.
The end result is a seeming paradox. Supermarkets unable to meet demand for pork, even as farmers feel economic pressure to reduce livestock. And hog farmers aren't the only ones impacted.
It just depresses our prices.
Ron Kindred isn't raising hogs on his Atlanta, Illinois farm, but he does plan to grow soybeans, which are made into food for livestock. Fewer hogs means decreased demand for animal feed, which affects soybean and corn prices.
We've got to have the demand to have support, or else the prices just keep dropping, and that's what we've seen to this point with this COVID going on and these processing plants cutting back and shutting down. It has a huge impact on us out here in the countryside.
President Donald Trump has ordered meat processing plants ravaged by COVID-19 to reopen, a move Kindred supports.
It's good for us out here on the farm that the processing plants stay open. I think what they're worrying about is feeding the people in the U.S. I mean, if we shut all of our meat processing plants down and aren't sending that meat out, then what are people going to eat? And we're going to have a big uproar in the U.S. here if people don't have cheap food to eat.
Americans are unaccustomed to food shortages. As the pandemic drags on, the supply chain from farm to dinner table is increasingly strained. Kane, Farabaugh, VOA News, Atlanta, Illinois.